Well, whether it's for a headache or something more serious, like establishing a treatment plan for a major disease, medical research is a vital tool in finding the best path forward. But what do you do when most studies and trials that are done don't include you? That is the issue that a lot of women are facing, being historically overlooked. Joining me right now to talk more about the ongoing gender gap in medical research is Dr. Tara Gregory, hematologist, oncologist, and medical director at the Colorado Blood Cancer Institute. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I have to start off first and foremost with that gap in medical research. We've seen what it's been like historically. When it comes to the fact that, women make up 51% of the population, why are we still seeing this?
I think that's a fantastic question. And what we have to get back to is the history, which I think a lot of people don't recognize. In the 1970s, there was actually a law that prohibited women of childbearing age from participating in medical research. And the concern was with the different cycles and the hormones and then the risk of pregnancy that would throw off studies. So it wasn't until 1993 when another law was in place with the NIH, or the National Institutes of Health, that women and minorities needed to be included in medical research. And then just about 10 years ago, we started to see those numbers switch, where we're seeing more women included now in medical research.
I have to wonder how much more challenging that makes it, to form a diagnosis even, when you're trying to look and reference the research and it's just not there.
Right, exactly. I think there's two parts to this. I think first with women's health, just understanding women. We're not small men. There's a lot of things that are different about women when you're in childbearing age, and then in women who are perimenopausal and postmenopausal. And then when our hormones go away, it doesn't turn us into men. So there's a completely different state in understanding women's health, fibroids, cycles, postmenopause. That's a big part of women's health that we need to understand. The second piece is women in other medical research. So we know, from example, from COVID, women's immune systems are different. Men were more likely to die from COVID. Women were more likely to have long COVID. So there are differences in terms of our genetics, our biology, our hormones, and then immune systems too.
And what about reactions to medication too? I mean, those have to be different as well.
Totally different, and that's one part of things that we don't understand and aren't evaluated. I think currently, and I might need to be corrected, but there's only one medication that has different dosing options for women and men, and that's a sleep aid called Ambien.
As a doctor, how much more helpful would it be to have that data?
Oh, it would be immensely helpful. I think just people in general will tell you, I'm more sensitive to this, I'm more sensitive to that. And I think there would be a lot that could be really helpful about knowing where to start people off, especially in the world of cancer and cancer treatment.
I mean, we talked about fibroids just now as well, too. The world of endometriosis, which, reading a lot more about it, doing more and more stories seems to be very under-researched. How much further, do we have to go here, and how do we change things and move the dial forward?
Well, I think that's a great point. We just really don't understand a lot about women's biology. I mean, I think we do. There's a lot more to know, and there's a lot more opportunity now, which is excellent. I have a partner who always says that the best opportunity you have for treatment is on a clinical trial, the next best treatment. So I think making women aware of research that's available to them. Right now with obstetric complications, we see that about 33% of the time, but those are only about 2% of the clinical trials that are out there. So just educating, making women more aware of what they can participate in, I think is a big thing. Asking your physician.
We know that there are a lot of people who will profess to have the information, the right information out there right now.
Right.
For women who are looking for information that is valid, information that has been vetted, and information that can help them, what do you recommend?
Oftentimes, I just recommend that people talk directly to their physician, their nurse practitioner, their physician assistant, the people that they have in their medical world around them, to get that information. And then that's a good place to get resourced out based on the specific needs that patients have.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, I want to thank you for being with us, because that definitely gives us a lot of information. And for anyone who is looking for some more details, that's Dr. Tara Gregory, hematologist, oncologist, and medical director at the Colorado Blood Cancer Institute. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.